When we are talking about the farming agriculture, there is no boundaries. But yeah, we can talk about the tariff and all. It's a known ending topic, I guess. So, with that note, now we are moving ahead with our first panel discussion. It's about exploring the critical role of soil health and seed innovation in building sustainable farming system. Into this panel discussion, we will talk about the soil degradation versus soil regeneration. We will talk about the role of climate smart seeds, digital and communication tools for soil testing, and we will gonna talk about the farmer adoption barriers, affordability, accessibility, and trust in innovation. And we talk about the policy framework, IP rights, and global trade implications into that. And for this panel discussion, I would like to call upon a stage moderator, Mr. Sahil Malik, Secretary NBIF, founder and MD Kisan Agrovet. Can we have a big round of applause, everyone? Next, I would like to invite, thank you very much, Dr. Rajiv Dwivedi, Business Manager, South Asia, Novonesis. Can we have a big round of applause, everyone? Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Shailendra Singh Ji, COO, Agribusiness Division, Zydus Group. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Mrinmoy Chaudhary Ji, Director Marketing, Savannah Seeds Private Limited. Talia. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Rajiv Chaudhary Ji, Vice President of National Biostimulant Industry, and Mr. Murari Agarwal Ji, Director of Board Member, NBIF Vice President. Can we have a big round of applause, everyone? Thank you very much. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Hi, afternoon. My name is Sahil Malik, and what a day. Today we have Mr. Jix, Dr. Jix from Germany launching in India, Atiti Devo Bhava, sir. And we wish you all the best for the Indian operations. And today we will be speaking on exploring the critical role of soil health, seed innovation in building sustainable farming systems. And today being a World Soil Day, it's a very good topic on that. A very warm welcome to all of you, all the delegates within India, outside India. And we are reminding of a critical responsibility we share in protecting and regeneration of very foundation of our agriculture, that is food system and soil. This session brings together esteemed leaders shaping the Indian innovation landscape, and we will explore the soil generation. We will also explore how the climate smart seeds, digital tools, and bio-based solutions that can drive sustainable agriculture and productivity. I am blessed that I have a very power punched panel, and this panel is expertise in its own way. I'll just go through it. I mean, it's better than me introducing them. They introduce themselves because they will be speaking better on their behalf. So let me start with my stream, right? Mr. Rajiv Chaudhary, can you please speak about yourself few lines so that the members know about you, sir?
Hello. Hi friends, my name is Rajiv Chaudhary, and we're running a manufacturing unit under the brand name of Khandelwal Pesticides and Vishudat Minerals. We've been in business for about 51, 52 years now. Started in 73, and the three generations, my father-in-law, myself and my son, all three are there together in this business. And we have two manufacturing units. One is for pesticides, and the other is for doing biostimulants and micronutrients. And both are in Nagpur itself. Legacy should continue. So since my son has joined in, we always are looking for improving ourselves and hopefully sharing whatever information we have on the biostimulant segment and the pesticide segment with the August gathering here. Thank you.
should go and introduce you. Okay, all right. So good afternoon, everyone. I am Rinmoy Chaudhary. I work with Savannah Seeds now as a director for marketing. As well, like I'll be in the industry for almost 30 years now. Spend my time across ag chem, biologicals, and seeds. So happy to be a part of this group. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shailendra, and I represent Zydex Group. We are basically a material science company, and we are into soil health aspect. We'll be discussing a little more on that. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Rajiv Dwivedi, and I'm representing Novo Nesses. So Novo Nesses is a Europe-based organization, Denmark-based organization. We are one of the leaders in biologicals research and technology. We are into B2B space. I represent particularly plant health business for South Asia. So I drive that business with our stakeholders. So thank you very much.
Hi, myself Moderator Agrawal, Managing Director, Tharwa Agrochemicals Private Limited, Durg, Chhattisgarh. We are in pesticides, biostimulants, water-soluble fertilizers, and seeds. We are also in food industry like rice milling, and we are since 1990 in this business. Thank you.
Afternoon, I'm Sahil. I represent a founder and MD of Kisan Agrovet. It's a young company, 15 years old. We are into biostimulants, we are into biofertilizers, we are into soil health solutions. And we've been working in India, we are working in Southeast Asia, we are working in Africa. And we have been helping farmers for giving them right solutions, right from a soil health to the farm and for the better yields. So I'm moderating this session. So let's start. My first question, I'll be speaking with Dr. Singh.
Opening batsman.
Opening batsman. Dr. Singh, when we talk about the soil degradation and the soil regeneration and this perspective of India and the global, how can India balance the urgent need to reverse the soil degradation while ensuring the regenerative agriculture practices remain economically viable for the small and medium-sized farmers?
Thank you, Sahil. I think the question itself requires at least 5 days of deliberation. However, I'll just try to keep it simple and make it, short. If we really look at today's problem, and as we know that soil degradation, soil health issues, they are being discussed on a lot of forums. But if we have to categorize these into two basic categories of how we can talk about the soil health, there are two aspects which I feel are more important to be considered. One is the soil compaction, which has happened over the years with various things, use of chemical and fertilizers, various mechanization practices, monocropping, so many things. But that is really one of the problem today. And the second issue which everybody talks about is the reducing organic carbon and organic matter in the soil. And these two things are actually leading to a lot of other things, including your nutrient use efficiency aspect, reduced biological population in the soil, and so many things. So in my opinion, if we really want to improve the soil, we have to look at these two aspects. One of the things is that we can go for a long-term approach, what has been done, as you mentioned about the international experiences. One of the things which usually has been adopted by various countries, including Australia, US, Brazil, is the integration of regenerative practices, cover crops, adding the the crop residue into the soil again. And they have definitely given a lot of positive responses to the farmers and in the soil health. These are the practices definitely which are going to be helpful. However, in my opinion, there is a need of introducing and using latest technologies which can help in improving the soil porosity and aeration in a faster way, rather than just depending on the natural process of cover crop and crop rotation and different crop practices. So, in my opinion, this needs to be done. The second aspect of the organic carbon improvement would also require a lot of technological interventions. Now we know that the biochar is being used. The FOM has come out, which can definitely replace and provide the required organic matter to the soil. Because the farmyard manure in general is not available in the required quantity. Improving the farmyard manure, which can be made more effective and efficient, is another aspect which can be looked at. And I think it's a comprehensive approach which is required, but I just don't want to go too much into details, but these are my thoughts, and there are technologies available. New soil amendments and soil conditioners are available. Different practices of new biochar and crop residue management are now available, including the machinery and the technologies. So I think there is a lot which is available on the table. The thing is that we need to identify, collaborate, and provide this as a holistic, comprehensive solution to the farmer.
Thank you, doctor. Really insightful that now we're talking about integration, right? Integration could be a very good aspect. And I hope the government should be understanding this, how to regenerate the soil, how to compost the agricultural residues, and making it more fertility for the soil, and this also increases the soil carbon.
One thing which I would just like to add here is, yes, we talk a lot about what government should do.
Correct.
And definitely government has its role to play. But I personally feel that two things which we need to bring on the table for the farmers to use any of the technology is, one thing is convenience, the second thing is cost. My experience says, and as a human being also, we would prefer convenience over performance. I have seen a lot of good technologies not being able to get adopted, not able to reach to the peak, just because they were not convenient. Cost itself is again, it's perception, whether we are talking about the cost or the value. That is a long discussion which can happen. But in my opinion, if we are offering something which a farmer can fit into his existing practices and get benefited, that would be probably the thing where the farmer is going to adopt it. If we ask him to change his practices and tell him the story that 5 years down the line you will be very happy, he probably is not going to bother about it.
Quite true, because that's a basic issue with the farmers. So going on the same lines, I'll ask Mr. Rajiv Chaudhary, how can the biofertilizers and biostimulants can be the mainstream into the national soil health programs to reduce chemical dependencies and improve long-term soil productivity? Can you just throw some light on that?
Thanks, Sahil. I think I'm going to use the podium.
Most welcome.
Hi, friends. The question, biofertilizers and biostimulants, what can be done? The gathering sitting here, I think, is very well versed with what biostimulants and biofertilizers are and the condition of our soil which is there. Mr. Sushil Bhavguna mentioned that the carbon content is at its very low levels right now. In fact, the actual report which has come is it's about 0.3 to 0.4 against 1%, which is the minimum which ought to be there. So the role of biostimulants come into play right away. Humic acid, an organic compound, which needs to be put in, like you said, you named a particular product also in your talk. So humic would be a very, very crucial element which would come into play, which is a biostimulant. Seaweed, another organic compound, which is very crucial again, which needs to be broadcasted well enough. The farmer needs the education on the subject. Unfortunately, what is happening is that though the government is trying to bring in regulations, but somehow those regulations which are coming in and the products which have officially been now approved by the government, 146 odd biostimulants have been approved by the government, there are a lot of discrepancies coming into those. So though those are regulatory things, but then if the farmer needs to actually implement using these biostimulants, then getting the right product and the right mix would be only possible if the government's policies on the subject, wherein the specifications which have been mentioned there are corrected, and then only the farmer is going to get the right product and the soil improvement which is so desired will happen then. We have a friend from Germany who's come in with a lot of trials and data for soil health he's come in with. So we would actually look forward to such people who would actually give us inputs on the subject, and we can improve the soil health here. Soil health cards is another thing which government needs to really implement with, and then thereafter the implementation of the biofertilizers, wherein we can improve the soil health, so use rhizobium, PSB, various other molecules which are there available in the country with the Indian manufacturers, which can come into play in a very, very big way to improve the the health of the soil. Microbes, another crucial thing which is there, Sahil, where microbes will play a very, very important role again to improve the soil health. Singh sir was there. He came and said that the chain that which is there should be maintained from soil health to the final output. So biofertilizers and biostimulants primarily, I feel, have a very, very major role to play. The chemical fertilizers which are being used, our friend Mr. R.K. Goyal was talking to me in the morning that they have come up with a product which is going to reduce the usage of chemical DAP and let's say chemical fertilizers by about 20-30% or even more by using just a marginal product of 800 grams. Is that right? If that's what I heard. So products like this need to come into play, and we need to make sure that the farmer, Indian farmer, gets the right mix of products to ensure better output. The final output should be good, and soil health should be maintained. So as of now, that's all I want to say.
Thank you, Dr. Raji. Yes, a balanced approach with biostimulants and biofertilizers can be a good option, right? Because I think mycorrhiza plays a very, very important role in generating the carbon. And because of carbon, my experience is that Indian farmers also facing a lot of fungal diseases because of low carbon, especially the root diseases. And there's a Japanese study which says that the less of a carbon in Indian soil is a root cause for the soil-borne diseases. So that's a good input, Dr. Rajiv. Now I'll go to the seeds. So we're talking about biostimulants, we're talking about biofertilizers, we're talking about how can we protect the soil, regeneration, now coming to the smart seeds technology, sir. Right? So, Dr. Chaudhary, if you could highlight how can the climate smart seed technologies can be scaled to meet the rising demand to avoid the stresses, like especially drought, heat, and the pest resistance, without compromising the biodiversity or the farmer seed sovereignty.
All right.
Few lines on that, sir.
Yeah, thanks. So maybe I will just frame my our discussions around a couple of points. First of all, let's take the big picture. Like as India is on its path to become Vikshit Bharat by the next 22 years,
True.
right? So you'll find that the share of industry and services are already there. Even the share of manufacturing is going to go up, and then there will be a lot of labor migration from to the industries and the services, right? So I think our distinguished professors and scientists out here, you must have seen this progressing in the last so many years. So that's a reality now. So you find less and less farm laborers nowadays, and specifically during the peak season time. So that's number one. Number two is you find the climate change, right? So we all talk about climate change, but you see the real impact of climate change nowadays, and it's real time. Think about, so I come from Assam, so you are in Imphal. So maybe many years back, that used to be like so much of rain over there. But do you hear about flood in Assam now? No. But where you hear about flood, it's primarily in the central part of the country, no? You hear it about in Gujarat and Rajasthan, of all places, right? So with this kind of climate changes, though, you also find a lot of changes in the pest and disease pattern. So I come from the rice industry, I represent the rice industry. Think about a problem called false smut. False smut is becoming a menace now.
Correct.
Right? BPH is becoming a menace now. And these are all linked somewhere down to the climate part of it. And then you also, in the morning, we all talked about communications, right?
True.
I'm not worried about the medium of communication. It can be physical, it can be digital, right? So I'm not worried about that. But I think sitting in this room, we underestimate the farmers.
True.
They don't want communication. They don't want an overload of communication. They are very clear about it. But what they want is how the communication should be structured for their own needs and wants. And I think that's one missing piece as an industry we should work on. Otherwise, you can end up spending many, many hundreds of thousands of rupees, and then when you really figure out the ROI, you will find, oh, it didn't work. Why is it going to work? Because if it doesn't make any sense for the farmers, we might debate about physical and digital, but the farmers are asking for what is the level of personalization you're making it for us, right? So that's the other point. And then from the seed industry perspective, I think, you talked about the government and you talked about the farmers' right? So I think, see, let me give you an example of the rice industry, and both me and Dr. Singh were a part of this industry for many years now. Think about the seed replacement rate. Why farmers are buying new seed every year? Today in the rice seed industry, the farmers, like out of 44 million hectares of rice being grown in the country, I think almost 65 to 70% is the seed replacement rate. It doesn't matter whether the farmers buy an OPV or a research variety or a hybrid, it doesn't matter. But he's going out to the marketplace to buy the seed. So we all get stuck with farmer. We all should be cognizant of those facts. But the point is, farmers are looking for inputs which is going to increase his or her ROI. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's number one. That's number 4. And the 5th point is about the seed laws, right? Because agriculture being the state subject, you have got multiplicity of laws across multiple states. So as an industry, we would really like to follow what you call the one nation, one seed law, right? I think that's the need of the hour, and that's where I think the industry is also working towards too. And finally, from Savannah, looking at all these things, we have come up with a technology, we call it a full page enabled direct seeding rice technology. We have launched this technology about 2 years in India, and where we are trying to move the farmers from transplanted to direct seeding. Because if you don't do it today, it's a Herculean task for us today. but maybe 5 years, 7 years down the line is going to be quite generic. You will not find farmers in Punjab and Haryana, you will not find them doing transplanting. Because where would be the labor? You will not find labor. Now, when you move the system from transplanting to direct seeded, so then you, in addition to the seed, all these things that we are talking about, chemicals and microbials and biostimulants and whatnot, they also need to reorient ourselves to what the farmers is practicing. Because please remember, end of the day, it is 44 million hectares of rice and 30 million of wheat, right? 75 million hectares. Plus you put cotton and corn, it will be 100 million hectares. Everything is going to be mechanized. So how do you deal with it, right? Because your current solution might be suited for a transplanted rice, may not be suited for a direct seeding rice. So I think as an industry, we should really be looking forward. Of course, it's beyond my paycheck to talk about other industry, but I think as an industry, we should be cognizant of that fact. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary. It's really insightful. One more question to you. My experience, not of the part of this topic. Been meeting a lot of farmers across India and Southeast Asian and African countries. They always say that when we get the seed, they are coated with either fungicide or pesticides only. And predominantly what they require is basically 5 things. This is what we have penned down. They of course need protection from the fungal diseases. They also need protection from the soil-borne pest. They also need protection from the nematodes, right? They also need protection from the termites. They also need a faster root generation or a faster germination.
Absolutely.
So can't we design a product? I mean, I know we have the best of the scientists around, and of course the panel also has that. So can't we design a product which caters to all these 5 things? I mean, it can be a mix of biofertilizers, can be a mix of bundled with the biostimulants. So can we look at that?
So see, let me give you a practical example, and I'm so glad that you brought this point up. As farmer move towards, and I'm talking about rice, I'm not talking about other crops. As the farmer will move towards direct seeding rice,
Right.
the primary problem that will crop up, in addition to all those soil-borne fungicides and all, which is where we have a solution today, the primary problem that is going to come up is nematodes and termites.
True, sir.
Right? Now we have over-the-top spraying application, but from a convenience perspective, farmer would want everything to come introgressed with the seed or coated in the seed.
True.
Now, that's a struggle we are having today. When we go and maybe this is one of the big forums, that's why I like to attend, that we really would like to look forward to some company who have got a seed treatment solutions who can address the need of these termites and nematodes. If you have it, please reach out. We are there.
Thanks, doctor.
Our acres today might be very limited,
Yes.
but maybe in the next 5 years we must be in a couple of million acres. So that's a big opportunity. So would request not to think about today, but please have a look at what because this is something that we foresee every day, because this is what you call it a 24/7 job for me, that what's really emerging out. And I can give you an example. Go to Terai,
Yes.
go to Udham Singh Nagar, go to Pilibhit. People, farmers who have started using direct seeding there, they are crying today.
True.
Because they don't have a solution for nematodes.
True.
So I think it's a very interesting, and that's why I say it. As the cultivation practice changes, the needs and wants of the farmers are going to change dramatically. So we should not be caught back-footed, right? Because we are all thinking about, transplanted rice mein ye hota hai, but then the farmers have moved to direct seeding. So a different set of problems will come up.
Bilkul, Dr. Chaudhary. I mean, why ask this question to you? Because I meet many farmers and they've been facing this problem. And though we're a very young company, we have designed one product. It's called Vita Reza, and it caters to all these 5 issues. And still the trials are going on a commercial basis, but yet to go for bioefficacies yet.
If you have got a seed treatment option, come back.
But the problem is, if it's a pre-coated seed, then all microbes will die.
Direct seeded rice doesn't need to be
So, the
pre-soaked,
rice, yes.
right? So when you drill it, it doesn't need to be
Rice, yes.
pre-soaked.
But other seeds, yes. So now what we understood is the communication is a key. So Dr. Trivedi, I'm coming to you. The next question is that the digital and the communication tools for soil testing and the fertility, right? How can the digital health solutions platform like AI, IoT, sensors, mobile apps can be integrated into the government schemes to create a national and a real-time soil fertility map for India?
Thank you, Sahil.
Sahil,
It's
yeah.
a wonderful question on a soil day. So,
True.
thanks for asking the question. You know, healthy nation builds on healthy soil.
Absolutely, sir.
I'm sure all of you agree. Uh, and now you see that uh, adopting AI, ML, and IoT into the soil testing, I think that we'll definitely talk about. But let's try to understand that where are we right now in terms of soil testing. You know, there is a soil health card. Government has in the past 10 years, if you look at the massive amount of work has been done. Past 10 years, I was looking at the data that almost we have made roughly 25 crores of soil health cards, right? And out of that, 18 crore soil samples are geotagged.
Very nice.
So they are geotagged. So you have the critical mass of data, right? And you see that this data is sitting in this 25 lakh crore data is sitting on a various platform, right? So it is sitting with ICR. There is a Bhumi app, Bhumi portal. It is also on the state government, like Maharashtra has a village level soil fertility map, right? So it is sitting at a various level. One of the good thing is that what has been done is that there is a national soil fertility portal.
Okay.
Right? The government of India already has come up with. So what you have is entire fundamental or backbone to make a national soil fertility map.
Correct.
Right? Which will give you granularity of what we have, right? Where at a block level, at a village level, and it can be geo-marked to understand all the granularity of it. Now, if you further dissect that data, that if you have a 28 crores of geotagged soil samples analyzed, and how many millions, how many if you see that we have roughly 14 crores of farming household, probably
Yes.
Yeah,
Roughly,
yeah.
yes.
And roughly 16 crores hectare of land. That means every hectare or every 1.3 hectare of land is a sample size. Right? So that means government is sitting with a massive amount of data. Now, we can agree or disagree on the noise of the data, right?
True.
There could be what you are thinking or what we are saying is that probably to minimize the noise in data, this AI or a lot of tools which are digital in nature that can provide, some parameter they can provide sensible or accurate information, but they will not replace the soil test which is done in the lab.
True.
Because it has to be complemented with each other.
Absolutely.
To arrive at a particular
conclusion.
accuracy of data, right? So now if you see that from the user perspective, if I'm industry, if I'm a farmer, if I'm a startup, if I'm a researcher, I am looking for such a granular data. And what I was, my thought is that, I think a lot of people who are learned and then they are, they have a voice in the government. If they also think about to come up with this national portal, which is, fertilizer, fertility based, they should think about how to monetize it, right? Because I'm looking for that data as a provider of biosolution, that hey, if I have a P solubilizer, effective P solubilizer, I'm looking for a pockets of India fertility map where I position my product, right? And I position my product, and that helps in mobilizing high phosphorus, and farmer saves on the cost of phosphatic fertilizer. Now, if you see this entire program is it's a kind of health test, it's a checkup that soil health. But this requires little bit more ramp up in the kind of funding from the government, because if I see that, if you look at one more data point, past 10 years, let's took a past 10 years, roughly 12 lakh crore of subsidy have been paid by government on the fertilizer, right? And how much government has spent on the soil testing? Roughly around 1700 crores, right?
True.
1700 crores. Now, just to simplify this so that we carry this in our mind, that are we doing enough on this soil day to health check the soil who is feeding us? Are we doing justice? Now, just to simplify the metrics, if you spend 100 rupees on the fertilizer subsidy, you are spending 15 paisa on the soil test.
Correct. Only 15 paisa.
Right? And nothing on the biologicals. Right? So there is no support from the government on promotion of biologicals to make the soil healthy. How will you make soil healthy? Increase the carbon. And who will increase the carbon? Organic carbon, microbes, those. So there are a lot of things which is need to be addressed before we come to the AI, ML and all this hi-fi tech, right? Obviously, when we come for a big data, we require AI, because this 25 crore data point cannot be analyzed by human being, right? It requires machines to analyze and give you required insight. So that need to be integrated with that. So that's my...
Absolutely, sir.
Just one question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Now, is this data point that you're talking about, 18 crores or whatever, is it an open source data? Can anybody go and access?
That's what point I'm highlighting. It is sitting with multiple channels. Some sitting with the state government, some sitting with the ICR, some sitting with the Minister of Agriculture, who is driving the RKVI,
Correct.
Rashtriya Krishi Vikas.
Yes.
So these are fragmented data. It is, if you go to the portal, there is a soil portal. It gives you, higher insight of that. Itna हमने analyze किया, इतना हमने ये किया, इतना हमने किया. But to granular information which helps me or helps farmer, right? To look at the scene, I need the information actionable insight. That as a company, as a farmer, I need actionable insight from my farm. If you have a data which is in 1 hectare, quadrant in the anywhere in the country, I need actionable site for my village. At least a village represent a homogeneous nature of the soil type. At least 80%, right? So that data is not integrated, and government is going in that direction, right? Probably they are a little late, but they are going in that direction. Probably this need to be pushed, and that's the reason I wanted to highlight that this spending need to be increased. Thinking should be that how it should be monetized. When you start the process for the welfare, your thinking is different, right? When you start the process with the monetizing things, then your thought process will be very different. Then you will be action oriented. Then you will be result oriented, right? So unfortunately, that thought need to be takes place, in that entire discussion process. Thank you.
Very well said, sir. I mean, yesterday I was sitting with a regional secretary, fortunately, and we were talking on this only. And she was saying that in our soil, some areas boron is less, some areas phosphorus is less. But apparently, we're not talking about biofertilizers, we're talking about chemicals. So I pushed that. Why can't you use biofertilizers in that? You know? So the integration is still needed. Basically, a mindset is still needed to how to integrate all the forms of fertilizers. You know, that's actually is a must.
Absolutely. In fact, the reason why I asked you this question is like even in our organization also, we have got tons of data sitting in disparate places. But and just the recent thing, like if you are able to program the agentic AI tool in terms of what kind of analytics you want, right? It's super easy nowadays. But the point is, again, internal data we can always play around with, government data, first of all, whether it is open source or not, where it is lying, would those government departments be talking to each other or not, would it come to one single unified portal? I think those are things that the noise will always be there because noise can be managed.
Further, fine tune, you can adopt technologies to clear that noise.
Yeah, noise can be managed. Yeah.
Not fully eliminate, but at least you'll get some insight.
True, sir. Very good discussions today. I mean, चलो हम फार्मर पे आ जाते हैं. अब जो हमारा फार्मर है, क्या वो like I was sitting with I was being called into the agri budgeting thing. A lot of FPOs were there, and these FPOs were and the farmers was also there, and they were talking about हमें तो सब्सिडी चाहिए, हमें ये चाहिए, हमें वो चाहिए. So I just said to secretary, sir, why are you making farmer बेचारा? है ना? Why can't you making businessman? वो सीड लेगा, ग्रो करेगा, हार्वेस्ट करेगा और बेचेगा. अगर कुछ खराब होता है तो why can't you integrate the processing units? अगर टमाटर खराब हो रहे हैं 1,00,000 टन के, तो वहाँ पर प्रोसेसिंग होनी चाहिए हमारी. Where we have a high productivity of the tomatoes there. So such things, I think there should be an integration, right? And the farmers also, they feel little, they take a back step when they take a back step from incorporating new technologies or the new seeds of आता है कहीं ना कहीं, and they look for every time financial support. So my next question is built up on that only. I'll ask the question with Mr. Murari. What policy and financial instruments can reduce the cost barrier, preventing farmers from adopting new seeds, soil inputs, and more importantly, digital tools, like what Dr. Divedi was, highlighting that. So can you throw some light on these 3 points?
Yeah, thank you, Sahil. पहले हम बात करेंगे कि हमारे पास इश्यूज एंड चैलेंजेस क्या है. तो फर्स्ट थिंग, फार्मर के साथ पहला इशू होता है हाई अपफ्रंट कास्ट. हाई अपफ्रंट कास्ट, लाइक फार्मर हमारा जो है वो ट्रेडिशनल फार्मिंग का यूज टू है, तो नई टेक्नोलॉजी और क्वालिटी सीड्स और बायो इनपुट्स वो उसको और डिजिटल टूल्स कॉस्टली लगते हैं कंपेरेटिव टू ट्रेडिशनल फार्मिंग. तो इसके लिए एक अवेयरनेस की ज़रूरत है. और सेकेंड थिंग, जो स्मॉल लैंड होल्डिंग्स के फार्मर्स हैं उनको कम इंटरेस्ट पे लोन्स अवेलेबल नहीं हो पाते हैं. एक ये इश्यूज और चैलेंजेस हमारे पास आते हैं. थर्ड थिंग कि हमारे यहाँ क्लाइमेटिकल रिस्क एंड अप्स एंड डाउन्स मार्केट के हैं जिस पे रेट्स के इश्यूज होते हैं, जिसको लेके फार्मर हाई रिस्क पे नहीं जा पाता है, क्रॉप पैटर्न वैसा सेलेक्ट नहीं कर पाता है. फिर हम बात करेंगे कि फार्मर में अवेयरनेस लाइक फार्मर एक पर्टिकुलर प्रैक्टिस पे काम करने की कोशिश करता है, कोई नई टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट करने से पहले वो डरता है क्योंकि उसके पास डेमोन्स्ट्रेशंस या उसके पास कुछ आइडियाज़ नहीं होते हैं. इस पर भी काम करने की ज़रूरत है. थर्ड थिंग, जो बहुत छोटे फार्मर सीमांत किसान जिनको हम बोलते हैं, उनकी परचेस कैपेसिटी बहुत कम होती है, तो उनको इनपुट्स के रेट्स बहुत कॉम्पिटिटिव नहीं मिल पाते हैं. तो ये चैलेंजेस हमें हमेशा आते हैं. अब हम इस पे बात करें कि इसके हमें सॉल्यूशन पे क्या बात करनी चाहिए. तो हम यदि सॉल्यूशंस पे बात करेंगे तो हमको पहले सीड क्वालिटी पे काम करना चाहिए एंड सॉइल इनपुट्स पे हमें ध्यान देना चाहिए. और हमें बात करनी चाहिए डिजिटल टूल्स जो हम फार्मर्स को अवेलेबल करा पाएँ, अच्छी कॉस्ट पे, अच्छी कीमत पे और अच्छे प्रोडक्ट्स अवेलेबल करा पाएँ, और उसके लिए उनको हमको यूज़ टू और ट्रेंड करना चाहिए। सेकंड थिंग हम बात करते हैं कि मार्केट में उन्हें कंपटीशन में कैसे लाएं, जिसके लिए कोई ऐसी रेगुलेटरी सेट हो जो ट्रांसपेरेंसी के साथ उनकी हेल्प करे। फिर हम बात करते हैं कि हमारे पास KVKs हैं, लाइक कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र, और डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, फील्ड डेमोज हैं, इसको एक्सटेंशन प्रोग्राम में शामिल करना चाहिए, और इसके लिए हमें हेल्प लेनी चाहिए लाइक कारपोरेट्स एंड बिग हाउसेस लाइक इंडस्ट्री हाउसेस से, जो इसमें कोलैबोरेट करके हेल्प कर सकें हमारी। उसके बाद हम बात करते हैं कि हम फाइनेंशियल कास्ट पे बात करते हैं। यदि हम चाहते हैं कि फार्मर को फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए क्या बैक सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, तो हम वापस बात करते हैं, जैसा अभी ड्रोन टेक्नोलॉजीज आ गई हैं और काफ़ी डिजिटल टूल्स आ गए हैं फार्मिंग के लिए, तो हमें फार्मर को उसके लिए एक्सपर्ट करना चाहिए और कम ब्याज के लोन्स दिला के उन्हें सब्सिडीज़ ज़्यादा दिलानी चाहिए, जिससे फार्मर ये सारे सिस्टम्स को अडॉप्ट करें। फिर हम बात करते हैं कि छोटे छोटे फार्मर्स के लिए ध्यान में रखते हुए इन्वेस्टर्स ला के उन्हें इन्वेस्टर्स दे के उन्हें स्ट्रॉन्ग करना चाहिए, जिससे वो सारी फैसिलिटीज़ को अवाइल कर पाएँ। फिर हम बात करते हैं, जैसे आज टूल्स हैं, आज जैसे ड्रोन्स मैं समझता हूँ काफ़ी महंगे होते हैं, हमारे छोटे फार्मर अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो ये सारी चीज़ें कस्टम हायरिंग बेसिस पे अवेलेबल होनी चाहिए कि जो फार्मर परचेस नहीं कर सकता, जैसे बड़े टूल्स हैं, महंगे टूल्स हैं फार्मिंग के, वो कस्टम हायरिंग बेसिस पे हमारे फार्मर को अवेलेबल होने चाहिए, जो वो यूज़ कर सके और उसकी प्रैक्टिस में आए। उसके बाद हम बात करेंगे कि जो फार्मर टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल करता है, यूज़ करता है, उसके लिए जो इंश्योरेंस को प्रमोट करना चाहिए, और उस इंश्योरेंस की प्रीमियम को हमें मिनिमाइज करने पे बात करना चाहिए, जिससे फार्मर थोड़ा सेफ महसूस करेगा। जी, तो इन विषयों पे हमें बात करना चाहिए।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
Welcome.
आपने काफ़ी सारे इनपुट्स दिए, काफ़ी सारे सॉल्यूशंस दिए। आई होप समबडी फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट इज लिसनिंग टू इट। आई एम ऑडिबल? या, ओके। देवदी साहब, दोबारा आपके पास जाता हूँ इनपुट लेने के लिए। अब इनपुट ये है सर कि जो हमारा विलेज लेवल है, जैसे साहब ने बोला, जो छोटे मार्जिनल फार्मर्स हैं एट आर विलेज लेवल, अभी तक टेक्नोलॉजी पहुंची नहीं है, राइट? एंड दे आर refrain with the technology. Technologies are there, but they are predominantly into larger section because that makes more easier for the technology provider to get more and more customers. पर जो हमारा मार्जिनल फार्मर है, जो हमारा विलेज में फार्मर है, उस तक कम्युनिकेशन कैसे पहुँचाया जाए कि आप डिजिटल यूज़ करिए, आप AI टूल्स यूज़ करिए, आप सॉइल टेस्टिंग करिए। हाउ कैन वी communicate to them and make it more effective for soil testing, because soil testing is very, very critical, right? If he knows that what are the micronutrients and the carbon level is in soil, so he can redesign his basically the micronutrient level and the carbon content level, right? So how can we do that? How can we, this is a big challenge, so how can we solve this challenge? Some few lines on that, sir.
See, communication is a very complex topic, right? Sushil was mentioning in the morning that communication has become very easy.
Ji.
But this has become very easy, but is it effective? Right?
Absolutely, sir. Very important.
So one only thing is that communication, you have plenty of now communication tools that you can reach to farmer, right? He was referring to Zeep campaign करते थे, हम ये करते थे, वो करते थे, but आज हम उसके घर में उसके मोबाइल में पहुंच सकते हैं, right? But when it comes to making a decision which is impacting my livelihood, right?
True,
so I'm
true.
a farmer, I have a 2 acre of land, and if I'm a paddy wheat farmer, so I will earn roughly ₹1 lakh an acre, right, per year. That's what I learn if I deduct everything.
True, sir.
In that, I have to, run my family for the year, right? Mostly our 60-70% farmer sits in that bracket. So I have to take a decision based on the data I see in mobile, right? Will I do that?
Absolutely.
So requires little bit effective communication, the kind of demography we are, right? The kind of country we are, with the challenges, we really require a different approach. So instead of digital, can we look at phygital, right?
That's a good
You
word.
know, the phygital approach, where and we have people in the villages, right? You have our infrastructure, you have a KBKs, you have a societies, you have FPOs, you have a our friends sales channel like our retailers. Now, if you see that 90% decision of what to spray, who helped that decision to make by farmer is the retailer,
Correct.
right? And in the entire value chain, he is excluded. In terms of when you talk about all government inside, the soil testing is going, and then sitting with the state government in the KVKs or district agriculture department, and sitting in their file, they are having. I'm saying that quality of information is good, but trust, communication, which is made, to inculcate trust in the communication. So that require in India phygital approach. Now, what phygital approach? What are the stakeholders? That's something you will really need to look at. That will become a little bit more, effective. Now, another thing is that the communication. How do you make it very easy to understand, right? How do you translate that your carbon content? See, farmer understand मेरे पास NPK, तो जो recommendation आएगा वो क्या होगा कि आप इतना यूरिया डाल दो, इतना DAP डाल दो, इतना पोटास डाल दो. And if there are some deficiency in the micronutrient, वो भी बोलेगा कि वो भी you added, right? But the very fundamental on the organic carbon, right? How will you explain to that farmer? He understand. वो गोबर का खाद डालता है. You understand that, right? But how do you communicate in an effective way? Use of easy graph, easy visuals. Visuals are a very effective communication tool.
Absolutely.
How you आप एक पूरा page लिखो, but in a small page of the visual will help you in effective communication. So those things need to be adopted, and all the recent tools, what AI, machine learning, or all these tools which are available, can be a, if you put particular data, the AI will give you very good, infographic, right?
Absolutely.
And that will be trained, further trained. The machine need to be trained. AI is a machine. So need to be trained at a regional level. The information, see, Andhra Pradesh, you have to communicate with Telugu in a particular way. In Bihar, you have to communicate in a particular way. So that machine need to be trained to be a regional level, understand the regional level language. It should communicate in the regional language. Right?
True.
Putting the regional culture into the perspective.
Very important.
Right? So that they can understand. Right? And that's how I feel that communication should be. And it can be incorporated into the, if you take the soil health card, that can be incorporated.
Absolutely,
Right?
sir.
Into that.
Sir, I'll add one more point here. In fact, I am sitting here and my team is launching a campaign today, Meri Mitti Meri Shaan, or flag off by in Harda, in the district in MP, by the collector. And what we have done, we have recruited 50 unemployed kids who have some kind of a background of science, and so we have trained them for a period of 1 month what soil needs, and they will be hitting the first ecosystem, which prepares a cocktail and give it to the farmers, which is the agrovets of the shops, correct? So, unka training pehla hai, and the second training is about to the farmer. कि उसको अब हमने उसमें क्या किया, sorry, I'm speaking in Hindi, may not be understood by some of the client, our guest. So what we've done, doctor, we have added also KVKs in that, and KVK has a soil testing process. So we have aligned with them that you have to do a soil testing, and we ensuring that in that district, at least 90% soil testing can be done. And then the recommendation of the products. So that's the solution actually. What we do is, I mean, all of us, even me, I'm also into manufacturing and selling. So we actually sell products, but the farmer needs solutions. What they need, I mean, if you can provide it, you've done the work. You've done the work of sustainability, caution, you've done the work for every jargons that we've been using nowadays, you know. So I think you want to speak something?
Yeah.
हाँ जी.
मेरा भी सेम इस टॉपिक पे एक सजेशन था डॉक्टर साहब से। मैं ये पूछता हूँ, जैसा जनरली सॉइल टेस्टिंग की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी या तो गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस की हैं या केवीके की हैं, बहुत कम कंपनियों ने इस पे काम किया है। तो मैं समझता हूँ सारी कंपनीज का पेनिट्रेशन फार्मर लेवल पे है जो पेस्टिसाइड सीड्स या फर्टिलाइजर्स करती हैं, तो उनको भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी देनी चाहिए या उन्हें लेनी चाहिए कि वो भी अपने लेवल पे फार्मर्स को ये फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड कराए। जैसा मैं भी बताना चाहूँगा, हमने छत्तीसगढ़ में सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड का एक प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया है। हम जहाँ तक पहुँच पा रहे हैं फार्मर के पास, हम उनको अवेयर कर रहे हैं कि आप हमें सैम्पल्स दीजिए और हम आपको रिपोर्ट्स देंगे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। और हम उनको ये सिफारिश करते हैं कि आप फ्रिक्वेंटली इसे कराइए, जिससे आप सारे फर्टिलाइजर्स और माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट बैलेंस डोज आप यूज़ कर पाएँ, जो आपको कहीं ना कहीं कॉस्ट सेविंग करती है। तो मैं तो इस मंच से भी बोलता हूँ कि सभी को इसको भी प्रमोट करना चाहिए। हमें बहुत ज़्यादा डिपेंड नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोई पर्टिकुलर एजेंसी इसके लिए काम करती है। जितनी इंडस्ट्री है, इसको सबको इसमें मिल के काम करना चाहिए। शायद ठीक बोल रहा हूँ मैं।
Just एक input है मेरा, quick input. I know that we are running out of time. See, number of testing facility come in India, right?
Right.
हमारे पास करीब 8,000 से ज़्यादा soil testing lab है,
Right.
right? So the soil testing labs are sitting in nooks and corners.
Okay.
Something else need to be done. What we were discussing, something else. See, all fertilizer company, they are running fertilizer testing. They are doing
right.
thousands of samples.
Right.
They are mandate. वो mandate आ जाता है गवर्नमेंट से कि आपको इतना 1,000 सैंपल एक बार टेस्ट करना है. They do it. So something else need to be done.
Yeah, some awareness.
हाँ, so that's something, you know, infrastructure की कमी नहीं है.
Yes.
I think that is.
सही बात है सर, कमी तो नहीं है.
Yeah. Thank you.
ठीक है, I think I have to
Thank
wind
you.
up. हाँ. Sorry Rajiv bhai, yes. Quick one.
Good. Since you're running out of time, you're probably not going to go ahead with the second set of questions you lined up. Just want to add here, sir, that while we're talking of mandating the industry to do the trials, the government agencies have appointed extension officers. To a very, very large extent, their job is to educate the farmer, right? Unfortunately, except doing extension work and educating the farmer, they're doing everything. They're just out there to collect revenue in whichever form they can get in. They are not doing their work, and that is why our farmers are yet lagging behind. It's a bare fact. Yesterday we were sitting with the secretary, CIB. He said that the government needs to move on. 48% of the jobs are lying vacant. 48%. Only 52% of the agri segment which they are covering is under record. Rest 48 is yet to be filled in. So all these things need to be, government needs to really come up and do things on the subject.
Thank you, Rajiv bhai. Good input. We're running out of time. I have some few questions which I'm not raising it. I'm leaving for Mr. Dushan to take it up in his session. So we can take one or two questions, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Please guide, sir.
A mic.
Sorry, sir. First of all, I must congratulate all the speakers and panelists. There's wonderful input which has come through. Point was also made about dealers and taking the information directly to the farmer and so on. I have a question. We find that about 20 to 25% of the pesticides, fertilizers, or even seeds even, 15 to 20% or so, are spurious. The farmer gets spurious pesticides. The farmer gets spurious chemicals, even including many of the things that you are talking about. Who is responsible for this, and how this tragedy, I will say, if science has to serve the society, truthfulness is the base of it. Truth is the base of it. And if 15 to 20% even is spurious pesticide, this is going on. This is going on for years together. It has not been able to stop. I will urge very strongly that there must be a way that the public, private sector, as well as whether you talk of KVK or you talk the government or the dealers all the way, all involved in the channel along the value chain, they are all responsible for it. I will urge, please answer this question at some stage.
Who will go to answer that?
Sorry, I think it's a good valid point you have raised, and specifically from the seed industry, the government have mandated, the federal government have mandated what you call the Project Sati. So in all the packs of the seed, there has to be a QR code that needs to be there, so that it can trace it right from where you have produced the seed, where you have processed the seed, where you have packed the seeds, till the time it finally reaches the consumer. So from a seed perspective, I think from 1st of November, this has started. Very initial days, as a company, we are also involved in the dry season, the Rabi season seed business. So whatever we have packed and shipped out after 1st of November, there is a QR code inscribed, and we are communicating very well with our network of dealers and farmers that whenever you buy, at least we will take care of our company and the brand, that whenever you go and buy any seeds, the rice seed, please look for that QR code. That QR code that will be there in the pack. So I think that's a very good move by the government, and I'm sure what you raised, again, it's a question of one or two cooks spoiling the broth, right? So how do you even eliminate that one or two cooks? I think that's very important for us.
I'll give you some perspective, sir. 1 minute. I have 1 minute?
Sure.
Okay. In this, I think there are certain ecosystems need to be corrected. The first and foremost, ICAR. I can give you example of biostimulants because from last 4 years, we have been moving corners to corners and this thing. A lot of lobbying been done by a lot of MNCs and a lot of top Indian companies. It is strange to understand and to note certain products being passed, approved, which has a pesticides. Yesterday, we have given a full dossiers to the secretary that these are the pesticides you've been entering in India. So where's the first step of spurious starts? There. Second step, our dealers, they think they are the Bhishma Pitamaha of agriculture. तो सर वो आपको कॉकटेल बना के देंगे. They'll give you a cocktail. They don't end in making cocktail only pesticides. They'll give you a cocktail of fertilizers also. Right? So second thing is to correct them. To teach them. अभी जो 6 महीने का कोर्स चलता है, it is just an eye wash. It's an eye wash. See Israel, how they've been doing it. We've been going a lot of countries world over to understand, but we don't follow them. We just go and sit and see them and learn them and come back. Right? So it starts from the horse's mouth and goes in towards who is the first step for the farmer, the dealer. So many things need to be done. Of course, companies are always there. So all these things need to be corrected. This is the bottom line of spurious, what you talk about. And spurious doesn't mean the company always makes spurious. It's a dealer who mix match, and then it becomes spurious at the farmer's level. Absolutely, sir. So आप कितना भी QR कोड लेके आ जाइए, जब तक आपकी पुलिस स्ट्रांग नहीं है, जब तक आपके सेल्स, जब तक आपका स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट स्ट्रांग नहीं है, आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Sorry, it's a hard fact. I mean, I've been very blunt on that, but this is a hard fact. Thank you. I've been घंटी बज गई है, अब हमको उठना
Yeah.
पड़ेगा.
Thank
So
you very
thank
much.
you, my panel. I hope it would have been interesting for everybody to learn something. सब सो नहीं रहे हो, and हमने काफी अच्छी discussion किया है, right from seed to the technology to the communication to the biostimulants, organic carbon, farmers. I hope there will be some key takeaways from us. Thank you so much for patiently listening to us. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Now I request Mr. Sahil Malik to please kindly felicitate our panelist. Okay, we'll begin with Dr. Rajiv Dwivedi ji to please kindly come. Can we have a big round of applause for such a great panel discussion, everyone? Thank you very much. Dr. Shailendra Singh ji. Thank you very much. Mr. Mrinmoy Chaudhary ji. Mr. Rajiv Chaudhary ji. Thank you very much. Mr. Murari Agarwal ji. Now I request Mr. Amit B.K. Khare ji to please kindly come and felicitate our moderator, Mr. Sahil Malik ji. Now I request to all the panelists to please kindly come for a group photo. Thank you very much.